If you have a chair or a table with some of the piece of furniture that's not sliding across the floor exactly the way you would like, there's several ways to address that issue. One of the quickest and easiest solutions is to use adhesive back polyethylene glides. Another easy way to address the issue is to use nail-on polyethylene glides like these. For a more secure attachment, you can step it up a little bit and go to screw-on glides like these. These polyethylene glides, like these made by Tech Team, have a very low coefficient of friction. That means that they will slide very easily across hard surface flooring or carpeting. Tech Team also makes these screw-on felt glides, which are also a very effective solution for using on hard surface smooth flooring such as hardwood, tile, or linoleum. The question many people have with such a wide assortment of glides available is, which one is going to be best for my application and how do I install it? One of the first things we want to do when we're going to install a glide on the bottom of a chair or table leg is to measure the diameter of the leg and also measure the diameter of the glide. The reason for this is that we don't want to end up with something that's too small, like for example this Tech Team number 823, which as you can see is just a little bit too small for this particular application. We also don't want to end up with something like this Tech Team number 826, which at 2.5 inches is obviously way too big for this particular chair leg. We want to use a glide that's going to provide the correct function and also fit in a manner that's going to be aesthetically pleasing. For this particular application, we are going to use Tech Team's number 824 1.5 inch or 38 millimeter glide, which really looks pretty good in here and is going to give us an excellent function. Tech Team's number 824, 823, and 826 glides have an adhesive backing so that you could apply these with adhesive, but for this particular application, since a chair like this looks like a kitchen or dining room chair is going to get a lot of use in and out, what you really want to do is use the screw-on method of attaching it. The set comes with appropriate screws, a Phillips head. You could use a number 2 Phillips screwdriver and just screw it into place. However, the big challenge is always finding the exact dead center of the chair leg. If we can't identify the exact center of the chair leg so that we can screw this on so it's properly centered, we're going to have a fitting that's not going to look too good and also not going to perform the way we want. Okay, you've already noticed that we have a little hole here in the middle of this leg. That's because this particular leg is round and it was made on a lathe and therefore something had to hold the center and that left its mark here. But that's not always the case. There are many times where you have a round leg and there's no way to identify the center. Enter this clever little device made by a company called PowerTech. It's called their Center Finder, oddly enough, and we picked this up on Amazon for about $6 or $7. And this clever little device will help us find that exact center every single time. This clever little device has 2 ribs on one side at a 45-degree angle, 2 on the other at a 90-degree angle. We're going to use the 90-degree side for this particular example. We're going to use the 90-degree side of this, and since the chair leg is round and therefore a circle, when we put this on there and lock it up, what happens is, since this rides around the circumference of the circle, this particular line always forms a diameter. And as you know, a diameter always goes through the center of the circle. Now we have one diameter, and if we just draw a line through that diameter, like this, and then we rotate this a little bit so that we have another diameter, and we draw a line through that. Wow, look at that. These lines cross at exactly dead center of this round chair leg. Now that we've identified our center, and we notice that this is dimpled here already, normally what we would do is take our drill and drill a 1/16 inch diameter pilot hole approximately 3/8 of an inch deep. But we already have this, so we're not going to go through that part of the exercise. The next step is we just take the screw that's supplied with the kit, put it right through there, get our screwdriver engaged like this, and just put that screw right into our pilot hole and turn the screwdriver clockwise. Okay, now we got that on there nice and snug. As you can see, it looks good and it's really smooth, and this is going to give us an excellent function sliding across carpeted or hard surface flooring. Just a follow-on comment, since typically chair legs like this are made from hardwood, it's really a good idea to drill that pilot hole so that it's easy to put the screw in and you don't run a risk of splitting the wood.